where we left off. So we still have this piece right here. I'm gonna sit this into place on these two screws, on these two springs. I'm just gonna wiggle these into place and use the screwdriver to kind of help me out. So I've got one into place, slide this other one. I can just move to the other side. That's now into place. Oh. Okay, now those are sitting into place. I'm not worried about exactly how they're sitting right now because they'll be sandwiched together and I'll be able to move them after I put this cover on. The cover is going to slide over. I messed up. This needs to slide and in between these two. Using my finger again. Alright, now we can slide it back on. Now this side cover will sit on nicely. Now once we apply some more pressure, these will actually stay into place. See all that black right there? This one could have possibly been broken. I knew we had this replaced by Hariba not too long ago, so that's probably why there's all this carbon built up. Just that crack. If it was a crack right here, it could have been having exhaust come out and just dump on this part of this stainless steel housing, and that's where we'll lose flow. I know, Velas, I know you're missing some flow right now, so that's definitely one reason why I want you to check this spot right here. Now these are in there good. Alright, so now this box is now good. This box can now be sit back into place, and again there's this a side piece right here and a protruding screw that it will sit onto. So I will just now put it down there and not wait for it to set in place. Now that it's set, now I can look back here, find that screw hole, screw this into place. Actually, before I do that, it's going to be much better to add this now. It's going to be much harder later. And make sure I get a good seal, so I'm not losing any gases. Now I am ready to go. That's into place. Screw can now go back on. Tube can be connected. Make sure you push it down in all the way. Give it a little tug backwards, make sure it's biting. Now this can be pressed in. pressed in as much as you can. Tighten this piece on the top so this dryer tube can be attached. That's good. Now we can go back and now take this combustion tube very carefully, place back into the furnace. Now I'm going to try and get this as level as I can. You will hear some scrapings. That's no way to avoid that. Now if I can get my phone, you can look through the crack and see those male protruding ends finally coming up. And once it gets around here, you can't move it. You're kind of forced into that position for those two fittings to attach. Now if you look right here, you can see the tube move a little left and right as I wiggle this combustion tube. Now there's going to be a little play, and that's where the springs are for. So whenever I push this in, you can feel it move up and down. So that's where we're going to tighten it with these screws. Where is this one? Okay, so this one is going to be, the one I'm using is a, you can see right there, 3mm. Adjust it so I'm not gonna tighten both of them all at one all the way. I'm gonna slowly tighten one of them. Tighten one. Put this other screw in there. That's not. There it is. Tighten this one. Now I can slowly tighten them in as I go. One at a time. Back and forth. Taut. You don't want to over tighten these. Just tight enough. It comes to a full stop. Alright, that's going to be good. Now we can come and fit this liquid head back into its place. And how we're going to do that again is it's the little groove. Oh, I forgot. I'm missing a step. I am missing a step. I'm going to put these two pieces back on first. This is a 2.5mm. Get this into place. Now this is going to set just in there, since it's in the service position. Now this again, I'll pull it out. It's going to set on this little rod. And that rod is going to set into here. So by doing so, you'll feel it kind of grab. So that's what we want. So I'm going to have these, place these back in their spots. Again, this is going to go until you hear it click. And that's where there should be. This is just going to be to the side. This is going to sit into place. Now, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to power it back on without the cover on. And the reason why is because I want to make sure that this thing is going to be able to put back into service. Actually, we can put the cover back on either way. It's not going to matter. Leave this off. Have enough room to fit this ground cable back on. Yeah, I'm getting it. I got it on my head. Yeah, come on now. This is the new age.
Oh yeah, I'm used to it. So you already videotaping?
Yeah, I'm videotaping right now. So let's give me hell. There it is. Put these 2 screws back on. Just enough to fit this power cord back on. Put this back into the shutter, back into its on position. And it'll one side. Alright, so now you can see the communications going. It's got power. Heater zone 2 is at 283. It's going to start heating up, but we can't do anything until the startup system is done. So as soon as I plug it back in, I can't do anything, even if I wanted to, until that startup system has been performed. That does not mean it's going to power up all the way to 1000 C. So I just gotta wait till that's finished. See, this is starting to come back. This is going to come back a couple times, trying to find its place. This might actually just go into there without me putting it into closing it. Now I'm really gonna make sure this goes into there. There it is. That's what we want to see. Now it's going to go back, close all the way. That's what we want. I'm going to move this wire out a little bit. Now I'm going to attach attach these lines, my auto sampler, and we're good to go.